السلام عليكم. لا تنسوا الاعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة تشجيعا لنا لنستمر بنشر المزيد إن شاء الله.
It will also go to 120. So very simple, very easy. Size of the iPhone 13 Pro Max and its slightly revamped design with the second raised edge around the camera. The first game is Call of Duty Mobile. Now this is just to basically just test things out, see how it runs, and see how that display feels. And honestly, while gaming, it feels so much better. It just feels like you're gliding. That feeling I've had on Android devices for the last 2 years, I now am enjoying it on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So for me, that is really good. So it made shooting and all that stuff good. In terms of benchmarks, we're getting 59 frames per second, which is great, and it runs pretty well. There are just no issues with it whatsoever. Now moving to PUBG Mobile, we played both key settings, which is Smooth Extreme and Ultra HD Ultra. And in terms of stats, Smooth Extreme, sorry guys, we got that HD Ultra, that also hit at 39 frames per second. Everything ran really well, so I have to say it was good. And honestly, the sound is amazing of this. Most people aren't talking about it. The speakers on the iPhone 13 Pro Max is improved. It's about, I believe, 25% louder, but let's just take battery life. Battery life so far has been good, but I can't give you just that short limit test. So in a month, I'm going to give you a long-term look at how battery life is going to this device. But if you want to see other games or anything particular in that 1 month review, guys, leave those comments down below.
Killing spree for the red team.
Like, share, subscribe. Definitely check out Cases, which also is a very flexible case to use, but from our sponsor, Speak. But those nice ridges allow me to hold the device more properly. It doesn't slip out of my hands if I'm playing for a long amount of time. And it also helps dissipate some of that heat. 13 Pro Max is that, number one, it allows me to use the PowerArc MagSafe connector. This bad boy runs up in heat. So while we're playing Genshin Impact, which we'll get to the stats in a second, I got temperatures up to about 43 degrees Celsius, around 114 degrees Fahrenheit. So that ran pretty warm. I was hoping Apple would do something about cooling, but that's still, or at least for a short period of time, according to this individual, your screen will just dim down because of the heat issues. Now, that happened to me after 2 hours of gaming. My screen dimmed down. I cranked up the brightness, and it still stayed the same. This is why I was playing and works well, although I prefer the backbone controller. So that is just something, side note for you guys, and just to make sure that, hey, if you're using any of those controllers, these are some of the issues you might face with the Now, back to Genshin. I have the backbone controller, which I tend to use a lot with the 12 Pro Max. I must add the caveat, it will fit, but none of these games are optimized yet for the iPhone, basically 13 Pro Max or any of the iPhone 13 series, because the device is not out if you're watching this video before it actually launches. So that being said, though, I played Genshin for 30 minutes, and my FPS at the end of that 30 minutes gameplay session was between 46 to 48 frames per second. Beginning of my gameplay session, it was closer to 60, about 59 to 60, and it gradually dropped down. Within 10 minutes, it had dropped down to 50 frames per second. So that's just something to let you guys know, at least within that 10-minute time frame. Now, is that something that I'm bothered about? Not necessarily. I think I'm going to do an update to gaming in a month or so because of a couple of things. Number one, I don't think it's optimized, but also at least that gives me something of concern that I will have to check out later. And the other thing too is